Wait, let's make sure it gets back up on. Okay. What the hell? So it wasn't. I guess we're back on Twitch now. Um, it's funny. Like last comment, very talented bunch, and then Zoom kicked me out. BRBLO. Okay, what the hell? Zoom, I needed to like fix this now because last time I did my stream, I mean, I do these streams for like 2 hours sometimes, and I've never. It's only given me a limit if there's more than two people in the stream, and we only had two people, so I don't know why there was a limit. That's so weird.
Yeah.
I just need to get the pro.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, I ended up hosting the we did a epic channel with all the Gen Z people and a DCL blogger this last weekend, and I had like OBS and everything ready to go, so no one else did. So
Yeah.
I ended up streaming it for everybody, and it started giving me that warning too, and I was like, uh-oh.
What the hell? But I've never gotten that warning when there's just one person on. Like if there's a group, yeah. But that was so weird. Anyways, I guess I learned my lesson. Maybe they changed their
We're
terms.
back.
Yeah, we're back. Um, GT's in my background is in the street art realm. Collabs are natural progression, completely, completely. And I mean, I, I collect some street artists' work at least when they transitioned into like canvas and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
some of the collabs are my favorites, like that I like of traditional like physical art I collect. Like the collabs, I'm just like it's so cool to even think about all of those artists coming together to create on one piece. Like either shipping it across the world or whatever it is. It's really epic to see. And yeah, no, I totally agree. Um, okay, I'm gonna start asking you some of these questions, and then if you guys have questions, pop in there too. Okay, so let's see. What is a skill that you wish you had?
Singing. I wish I could
That's a
sing
good
really
one.
well. Yeah, I wasn't like, even though I'm a musician, I'm like not pitch perfect at all. Like a lot of my like really 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 early music was just like all out of key because my brain just like does not recognize pitch as well as some people's. I love to be able to sing really well. I think singing is like one of the purest forms of expression, and I'd love to be able to do that someday. Maybe I'll take singing lessons someday because I really want to learn how, but I don't know if I have the confidence to do that yet.
That would be cool. I mean, like, also, I bet you could take singing lessons like over like virtual too. That's probably weird, but you
Yeah,
probably could. I mean, I'm
probably
sure there's
could.
something
Yeah.
like that. Um, I like that because I mean, I'm not even a musician, and I've always wished that I could sing. I don't know why, but like, and I mean, I'm not even talk about pitch perfect. I don't even know what pitch is. Like, I'm like not even anywhere close to having that talent, but I just think it's so beautiful and you can get lost in music, you can get lost in the words, but like someone has to sound good in order for you to get lost in it or else it's just like
Yeah.
what the hell am I listening to? Please stop. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like me in the car or in the house. Sometimes I'm like singing to my cats. My husband's
Yeah.
like, can you keep it down in there? And I'm like, oh yikes, I probably shouldn't be singing out loud.
Me and my
Um,
girlfriend both sing to our cats, so
yeah,
luckily it's an understanding that we both
exactly.
make weird noises
Yeah.
in a somewhat harmonic manner.
Yes, that's exactly what I should tell him. I should be like, well, you should be singing to the cats too, because he's not a good
They
singer.
like it.
So,
They like it for sure.
uh, oh, singing is not about your tone or pitch; it's about your confidence.
Yeah,
Well,
that's I
I don't
believe
have
it.
any of the above, GT. I have no confidence in my singing, in my pitch, in my anything involving singing. Um, Death himself, can we get a live duet? Absolutely not.
Come back in 10
Um,
years.
yeah, maybe come back in 10 years and Parrot will give you a solo, but not for me. You should get. Have you ever thought about getting a parrot? Does everyone ask you that?
Yeah, my girlfriend, her uncle, I guess, had a parrot,
Mm-hmm.
the problem with them is they live for like 100 and like plus years.
What? So
Or
they
like,
outlive you.
so they outlive you, or
So
it's
you
just like,
might be
oh,
getting a parrot eventually.
it's just like a lifelong thing, you know. Like with
Yeah.
a cat or a dog, there's like, you got like 10 years of like, I'm gonna have to be a pet parent
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
commit to this, and it's a little bit less of a commitment than like, I feel like parrots are a lot of work, and they talk. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy that they talk?
It's nuts. It's so crazy. I've seen like some YouTube
So
videos that
crazy.
I don't like I know that they can talk and I've seen it on like YouTube videos, but I've never seen it in real life and it seems fake. Like and I know it's not. You know what I mean? But it just doesn't seem real.
It does seem really fake. Yeah, there's this parrot in the town I grew up in. There's this pet shop, and they had a parrot or a macaw there,
Mhm.
and you like walk in there, and it would be like, "Hello," and you're like,
You're like,
"So
"My name is
weird."
Parrot." And it's like, "No, my name is Parrot." Okay, that's a good question. Oh, GT popped in a question. Dealing with the stresses of being an artist. What do you do?
um, I think I like the stresses of being an artist much more than I'd like the stresses of a different life path.
Hmm,
Like I
that's a
think
good point.
I deal with my stresses by thinking like, this is what I want to do with my life. This is where my heart is. So all these stresses are just temporary, and it's just like part of the process of, becoming who I will be someday.
Yeah.
I think like if I had like a 9 to 5, or like I went to college for a year studying like chemistry,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, that's like a very jobby job. Like
Yeah.
whatever your path is, it's like going to like a place and doing stuff and having a boss. And I feel like, and I've had, like I worked at a pizza place before, and even just like working at a pizza place, or like worked at like a head shop when I was 18, the stresses of like dealing with that suck,
Yeah.
and the reward isn't that great. It's
Because
like
you're
a
not
paycheck.
building like skills within yourself. Like obviously you're building skills at work, but you're not building equity in yourself how you are when you're
Yeah,
creating art.
yeah. Like I did Uber for the past few years before crypto art,
Mm-hmm.
and Uber is pretty good. I did Uber Eats, and that was great because I could just like listen to podcasts where I felt
Yeah.
like it was at least a little bit constructive, like about art and philosophy and stuff, where I felt like I was like learning something at least while I was out and about.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that stresses of being an artist, I'd take that any day over different stresses.
No, that's a great answer and good question, GT.
I do smoke a lot of weed.
That
That
probably
helps too.
relieves some stress.
Yeah.
Um, the pain in not following your intrinsic passion. Totally.
Yeah, exactly. That scares me more than any stress I've experienced in the art world thus far.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with you on that. Um, your oh, if you had to only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably Howl's Moving Castle.
Never seen it, but okay.
You've never seen it before? Have you
No,
seen like
I've never
Spirited
seen like
Away?
anything. No, I'm serious. I like didn't grow up with TV, so like that's like one of the first things when I started dating my husband was he was like, "We need to watch Lord of the Rings. We need to watch like he like took me through and like we watched a ton of stuff, but there's still so much I haven't seen. So I'm writing down everyone's favorite movies so that I can watch them later. So say the title of it again.
Yes. It's Howl, Howl
Uh-huh.
apostrophe S,
Mhm.
Moving Castle.
Okay.
and so that's a Miyazaki film. He did like My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away.
I've
It's
heard
an
of
anime.
that. I think I've
It's
heard it Spirited
it's
Away.
it's like anime meets Disney in
Okay.
the storytelling sense, where it's I don't know, something about his movies. I'm not crazy into like animation compared to like regular movies. I appreciate them both,
Mm-hmm.
but something about his work, like every screenshot from that movie or any of his movies really is just like, wow, I wish one of my like paintings looked like that.
Cool.
Like
That's a cool
kind of like
feeling when you feel
yeah,
inspired by what you're watching. Totally.
yeah, yeah. His movies like have the perfect blend of like storytelling where you just connect with the story and the life lessons and all that kind of stuff, and then the animation is so on point, and then music is also so on point. And
That's nice.
I think visual storytelling and music, those are like the
When
three
it comes
pillars
together. Yeah.
of things that really do it for me. That's one of them. As far as like live action movies, I like kind of like mind fuck movies where it
Mm-hmm.
just like makes you think about the world in a different way.
Wait, like what? Because I actually really do like those kind of movies too.
um
Any tops?
yeah, probably ooh, let me Google this so I don't forget it since I'm on the spot right now.
Oh, that's fine.
Eternal wait, no, Eternal Sunshine for a Spotless Mind, that's it.
Okay.
It's a Jim Carrey movie, but it's a good movie about love and different life paths and nostalgia and all the sorts.
All right, cool. Well, I have some movies to watch after this for sure.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Steph Love said great movies. Death Himself, all of them are great movies. Um, okay, your favorite place on Earth, near or far?
Um, somewhere in Hawaii probably.
Ooh, I've never
I went to
been.
I went to Hawaii when I was like 18, and I would move there right now if it wasn't so far away from my family and friends.
Yeah,
It's like a
it's like
5 hour flight to the
take
West Coast.
come with me. Let's all move there so I can have you and still live in Hawaii.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty
Hawaii is
cool.
great because the air and the water is like the same temperature, and then the air smells like flowers. Like you just get off the plane and you just smell the air, and it smells like perfume and flowers from all the beautiful plant life there.
That's cool because I'm also now like still thinking about your art and how Matt Kane said like he can like smell the fresh air and how they like the like rays of sunshine. So it's a cool
Mm-hmm.
tra- uh, GT on my way. Yeah, no, it's a cool. I can't find the word, but connection, I guess.
Crypto
Um,
artist meetup in Hawaii,
yeah, that'd be
2021.
pretty epic. The next conference.
Yeah.
What was cool when you were young but isn't cool now?
Mm, I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff I didn't think was cool when I was young that I think is really cool
Like
now.
what? We can change the question.
like I'm like interested in cars now.
Mm-hmm.
Not super a lot, but I like an appreciation for like the way a car works and like the engineering that goes behind it. When I was young, a lot of my friends' dads who were into cars were just like dicks to me, so I was like, oh,
Yeah,
car guys suck.
cars are for mean guys.
Yeah, but then I don't know how. I think YouTube probably indoctrinated me with related videos, but I just started like learning about it and be like, oh, this is really interesting too. And I don't know, all sorts of stuff. I'm like constantly discovering music and movies and stuff that when I was like 14, I had the headset that like I was like, I'm cooler than everyone I go to school with, and all like the pop music sucks, and I listen, and I'm sure like 90% of my school had that same headspace as
Yeah,
me.
where
but
everyone
like,
sort of thinks that same
yeah,
thing.
but I like definitely like missed out on some cool stuff by just like avoiding what was popular automatically,
Mm.
or you know. But I don't know what I thought was cool that's not anymore.
That's
I
right.
used to
That's a cool answer still. That now
I used
you
to
like
skate
cars.
I used to skateboard a lot, and now I don't think it's quite as cool to like throw yourself off of a staircase to land a trick,
Yeah.
or at least not for me personally. The last time I like tried to like really skate, I like almost broke my foot.
Yeah. As you
I
get
was
older,
like, all
you
right,
become less like, I guess, fearless. At least I did. Because I was
definitely,
like, I did some reckless stuff. And now I'm like, I would never do that again,
definitely.
ever, even if you paid me. So I can
Yeah,
feel that.
yeah. And I do have a motorcycle now, so I'm not
Oh
like
God. I hope you wear a helmet every time.
I do. I'm put
Okay,
on full
good.
gear.
Okay,
I'm like,
good.
as far as like adrenaline junkies go, I'm a pretty safe adrenaline junkie. And
Okay.
just being on a motorcycle is
Is
enough
enough.
adrenaline for,
Okay.
for me.
Yeah. That would be
I
like,
don't need to like,
yeah, I've been on, I guess, like, not, I don't even know if you call them motorcycles. Probably, yeah, I don't know. I don't know
moped,
anything about
scooter.
vehicles. Like in Paris, my friend had one that he drove around, but it's also, I feel like a little bit less, and I would go on the back of it. It's a little less scary there because you're stop and go so much. You're not like going on a
Hmm.
highway or something. You're like, the streets are always packed with cars. There's always a red light. You're never going so fast where like you're scared.
Yeah,
Even though he did
that
like weave through cars, and I was like, can we not do that, please?
that sounds honestly scary to me. Like the thing is, like I thought going fast would be scary, but it's like not that scary if you're just going in a straight line.
Okay.
It's like the scariest thing is just like other drivers for the most part.
Yeah,
No matter
totally.
if I'm driving a car or a motorcycle, like it's always the other drivers. I feel like.
Yeah, I also feel like like car people who are driving cars, I feel like don't have the proper like perception or like they don't properly watch out for people who are riding bikes or motorcycles or anything that's not a car.
For
And I'm like,
sure.
can you not be an idiot and realize that there's a like like a bike next to you?
Yeah. I think
But
I was probably guilty of that too before I started riding a motorcycle. I
mm,
just didn't understand, like, you know, I don't know. I just didn't think about it. I
yeah,
got one. I'd be like, oh, cars are scary.
yeah, seriously.
Big, fast,
Um,
scary.
what's your favorite animal?
um, Practically, I'm a cat person.
Same.
Got a few cats. Like them a lot.
How many cats do you have?
6.
6? What? We should have
Yeah.
opened the stream with that. What are their names?
All right. So the reason why there's so many, first of all,
Okay.
is I had a cat. His
Mhm.
name's Choo Choo.
Choo Choo.
Yep. And then my girlfriend, she, in her old apartment, had this like feral cat basically have babies under
Oh.
the apartment, and
Mm.
some of them got stuck in the walls
Oh.
and just like meowing in the walls. And so she like rescued 4 of them and kept 2 of them.
Oh.
And then so we eventually moved in together and had 3 cats. And then 2 years after she got the initial first cat, there's another wall cat that happened.
Oh God. All these
So
little wall
yeah, we were gonna
cats.
get rid of that cat, but it was really cute. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was 4, and then we had like 4 cats for a while, and then my girlfriend somehow convinced me that getting
Two more
2
cats.
really cute orange kittens last year would be a good idea. And it was. It's not
And
a
it
bad
was.
idea.
It was a good
It's a
idea.
good idea. It is a good idea. Honestly, like 6 cats sounds like a lot, but it would have been a lot more if we were still in our apartment. We got a house a year and a half ago,
Okay.
so it's like a lot more space.
Yeah.
You don't really see more than 1 cat in the same room at a time, so you kind of forget
Right.
there's so many cats. It's
Yeah.
just like a cat per room.
And whenever you want a cat to cuddle, one of the 6 will be ready to cuddle.
It's true.
So
It's true.
it'll
And
work
they're not
out.
they're not that needy. They're not like dogs. Like we have
Yeah.
one small Yorkie dog, and he's like as much work as those six cats.
Yeah, totally. No, I can see that. I have two cats and I love them to death. They're only
Yeah.
like 6 or maybe 7 months old. Um,
Yeah.
and they're amazing. Like I literally can't even imagine my life before I had the cats. I love them so fucking much. Like it's crazy how much I love them. And I literally tell them every day how much I love them. Like I tell them themselves. So I'm like a
Oh
crazy
yeah.
person. But
Oh, don't you even worry about it.
Office Arts said Parrot's next piece has to be about his 6 cats.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I can
That would
paint
be
six
really
cats.
cool. You should.
Yeah.
Um, okay, what? Would you? We're almost done with these questions. Sorry, they're kind of long, but would you want to live forever?
Honestly, yeah.
I would.
I mean, like I've uh, I've thought about this a lot. I feel like we, this generation, maybe the generation above us, but probably like our generation and the generations below us, like I'm real optimistic with the exponential growth of technology and
Mm-hmm.
like Moore's law and like the doubling of stuff every 2 years or whatever. And I think by the time in 40 years or something, I think the average lifespan could be doubled with like nanotechnology and like genetic therapy and artificial intelligence, like just solving some really hard num computations and stuff. So I think like I'm planning to live to 300 if I can help
I love
it.
it. I love it.
As long as like I can like physically still like make art and shit, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Um, Part of me is like I don't want to live. I don't. I think I'd want to live for a long time. I don't know about
Yeah.
forever, but I think
But at least a
if
lot longer.
I did live for a long time or forever, I wouldn't want to know it beforehand
Mm.
because I feel like the inevitability of death is something that motivates me to like do shit every day and kind of makes
Mm.
time, it's like creates scarcity of time.
Yeah. What a cool, yeah. No, I can totally see that and like agree with that. I like that answer. And you're right that like death like in a weird way is a motivator. It is like, I want to do something with my life before I'm, a certain age. I want to have a family before this age. I want to travel here before this age. So, yeah, you're right.
Hmm.
It is really interesting to think about it that way. If you knew you were going to live forever, you might not take advantage of like some of those moments that you can in life.
Yeah, I think my biggest fear is like being on my deathbed and looking back and thinking I could have done more, or I could have been less scared to be myself,
Mm.
or you know, there's definitely been a lot of times in my life where I've made decisions off of fear of what other people will think, whether
Yeah.
it's my family or the public or my close friends or whatever. And um, I don't. I want to. That's like something I want to get over in this lifetime. Is like the fear of what other people might think, and just like
Yeah.
really let myself be me as much as possible.
Totally. And I can like with just the stream, I can hear you sort of echoing that answer a few times, like through the stream of like being worried maybe what other people are thinking and like having the confidence in yourself and trusting yourself to like make those decisions. And I think that is really amazing that you even have that outlook or like hindsight yourself to like know that about yourself and like work towards working on that and like having the confidence to do certain things because confidence is not an easy thing to come by. Like, it's not something, at least for myself, that I've always had or that
Mm-hmm.
I,
Definitely not.
yeah, it's not an easy thing. So,
Yeah.
it's really cool that you're sort of taking that head on and trying to like do things in a way um, to give yourself that sort of pat on the back and that boost to do the things you want to do. sing, sing out loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, with everything, really.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
cool.
confidence is tough. It's something that like I used to have when I was like 14 or 15 before like I understood the world, I think. That was just
Mhm.
that like naive confidence of just like not knowing any better.
Yeah.
And that was great. But then I went to like college and like struggled with like addiction and some other things during that period where it just like wrecked my confidence for a little
Mm.
while. And it's been something I've had to like build up almost like a muscle, like
Yeah.
competitive and going out of my comfort zone as much as possible to like continue increasing it, I guess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Um, Thank you for coming in, GT. I just typed that and said that at the same time, but he's hopping off. So thanks for stopping by. I'll see you at the next one, and good luck with your
Thanks, GT.
interview, or good luck with. We'll see if the new staff member. Good luck to them. Maybe they're on here too. That'd be pretty cool. Um, yeah, no, that's a great answer, and I mean it's cool also with this community. Excuse me, with this community and you doing these collabs and like having this group to work with, I feel like in some way that also builds confidence, which is great. Having those
Yeah.
friends that like that you get to work with and that you guys get to give each other feedback, and
Mm-hmm.
also as like you said before, having people just be interested in your art, like that is cool. Like that should definitely show you that like you're not like you're not just you're making stuff and people are truly connecting with it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
even when I was describing your piece that I own by you, like that, I hope that that gives you confidence as you're creating your other works, because people really do connect with your work, which is really just amazing.
Yeah. It blows my mind that like people even think about it that much.
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know? I don't know. I just expect people to like look at it and be like, that's either cool or not cool.
Hmm.
But it's like so much more personal than that. And
Yeah.
that's definitely the goal, I think, with both my art and music is to I remember being young and getting into music and just listening to music, and it made me feel so many things, and it made me feel not alone at whatever age I was at that I felt alone,
Hmm.
and I just want to like spread that, be able to
Yeah.
like provide that for other people. And I think art's a cool way to do that. There's definitely a lot of visual art that I don't know, visual art versus music, I think is so different but similar,
Yeah.
because music is like you can't stop music and focus on a certain part. And with art, that's like all you can
Yeah.
do.
But each one is like
I don't know,
telling a
it's weird. It's
story
weird. Yeah.
in a
They
different
can
way, but
yeah. It's almost like two different senses. I guess it is literally two different senses, vision and hearing.
yeah.
but but it's weird, yeah. It's like two different ways to get to the same conclusion, I think.
And it's even interesting when you put music over your art or with your art and combine it, because that also changes the meanings of both things. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the NFTs with music, which is quite cool.
Yeah. I just really love for technology to get to a point to where like right now I can like speed paint something in a day or like create some visual work in a day. And maybe 20 years ago, doing what I'm doing in 3D work in a day just wasn't possible because of the
Yeah.
technology and the computers and the CPUs. And I'm like hoping in like 20 years I can make like a full immersive like experience for somebody in a day.
Yeah.
Where it gets to that point of I don't know. Limitations are cool, but I do feel limited by my body and technology a little bit.
That's fair. I feel like everyone feels that in some sort of way.
Yeah, limits are
Um,
good.
Cool. Okay, last two questions. Number one, what is your single favorite NFT that you own? And number two, if you could have any NFT out there for free, any NFT at all, what would it be?
Ooh, okay. Let's see. What I own so far. Let me pull up my Rarible really quick.
Okay.
I do have the answer, but I want to connect it. I'm gonna put my password in, and I'll screen share. I'm a pretty moderate art collector right now, like
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit. I definitely want to. I love to like collect a ton of art someday.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the fun of it, right?
Let's see. But we got my very first. This was the very first NFT I bought from Anonymous Nobody, and it is Pepe the Grouch.
I love Anonymous Nobody.
Me too. There it is.
Cool.
That was the first one I ever bought,
I
and
love
I've only
that.
bought like maybe three or four currently. Um, I, these three right here I've bought, and this one was gifted to me by a friend. This one's probably my favorite one I own. This is a Love Visuals composition. It was the friend I was collabing with on
Mm-hmm.
the piece I showed earlier.
Yeah. Let's see if it'll.
Yeah, it's a video or a GIF or something, so it might take a sec.
That's all
There
right.
it
We've
is.
got time. Cool.
I really love like simple geometric 3D stuff.
Yeah. No,
Um,
this is beautiful, and it has to. It's interesting. The really simple things like have to be done well.
exactly. Like I'm not the person for like simplistic like like think of like PAX work or something
Mm-hmm.
like that where it's so simple and that's what makes it profound.
Yeah. No,
Like
absolutely.
that's not my style.
And it's
So
weird. I can like keep just rewatching this, right? Like I'm like locked
yeah,
in.
yeah, exactly.
That's
So yeah,
awesome.
this kind of work, I like it because I can't do it well. So it like
Mm-hmm.
fascinates me. It's like I look at it, I'm like, I don't know why my brain likes that.
That's cool though. I like that. And then what is, I guess, the other question to it? What is, if you could have any piece out there for free, what would it be?
I think I would get. Let me see if I spell this dude's name right. I'm sorry if I'm spelling it wrong. I might have to look up his name on Twitter really quick. Another thing I'd like to learn someday is like spelling really well.
Well, super rare. I feel like their searches need to get better. Their search bar is not great. I will say that.
This one was one of the first NFTs I saw on here, and that just like really spoke to me. I was like, wow, and it's some 3D work, and I want to say in like a similar style that I do even,
Hmm.
um, and but it was just like, wow, I was like, respect. It
Let's hope
loads.
it loads.
While it's loading, Alicio's work. I don't know if you've seen some of his animations. Let me find his last name.
Oh yeah, I've seen this piece. I love this piece.
Yeah, so I don't. It's so nice, and I feel like it's right at my alley for like trippy sci-fi vegetation
Totally.
stuff. But like, I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's like something that I'd like to make, but it's already been done, which I find
Mm-hmm.
really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
no, it's very cool.
and then special mention of this dude's work. He's just. Let me see if
Oh,
I.
yep. With like I've seen like the moving like
Yeah.
weird like worm thing
Yeah.
on Nifty Gateway. That was a cool one.
Yeah. Here's one right here. Um,
Oh, I haven't seen this one. Don't make waves. It's a cool one.
So cool.
And they're literally making a wave.
Yeah, and so what I really like about this one is the technical skill that goes into a piece like
Oh my
this.
gosh.
Like, it's just like beyond my comprehension. Like when I look at this and think like one person did this, it blows my mind for sure.
Yeah. No,
Water,
absolutely.
like making water look realistic is so hard to do, especially when it's animated and there's like splashes and waves
Yeah.
and like bubbles going through down there, like bubbling off of them. Like that's some stuff
That
that
is that's cool when you can look at a piece and just like be like, holy shit, I can't even imagine like how much time they took to do this.
yeah,
But that is a really cool piece.
yeah, yeah. I like Alicia's stuff a lot. What I like about his stuff in particular too, compared to like a lot of other really technical 3D artists I look up to, is he always has that element of storytelling in it, where
Mm.
it's like this last guy going in right there following them,
Yeah.
and then starts floating,
Yeah. Poor
and it's just
guy.
it's just little things, and I really like storytelling in art in whatever sense. So just
Absolutely.
someone crush it on a technical level and still incorporate this personality of theirs or whatever story they're trying to tell is
That's a
really cool.
really cool piece. I've never seen it, so I'm really glad you showed it to me because it's not a piece I'm familiar with, and it's really special.
Yeah, it's a cool
So
one
thanks for sharing that.
for
Well,
sure.
I think those were pretty darn good answers and pretty thorough for sure compared to like what people normally answer. So I love that like the ones that you really want to have are like you feel like you have like some like personal connection with.
Yep.
And they like mean something to you in different ways. So I just love that. That's really cool. Do you have anything coming up or that you want to tell everyone about before we wrap up, or like even obviously people can find you on Twitter. Is that the best place to just keep up to date with everything?
Yeah, Twitter I'm most active. I'm
Okay.
posting there every day, either videos or art or something. I have an Instagram. I'll pull up really quick
Sweet, please do.
right here. It's parrot.ism. Um, and this has work going back that is not necessarily minted to Super Rare, so it's probably the biggest body of my work. I'm working on a
Awesome.
website and my art station and stuff currently, but I'm kind of waiting to lock that all in before I push it out to the world a bunch.
Yeah, yeah, no, this is wow. There's a lot of
You
stuff
can
I
see
haven't seen on here. This is
you can see
cool.
the reverse progression of the everydays right here going back.
Yeah, I love that. That's really cool. I can't
I'll see
even
if I
imagine trying to do an everyday.
I'll see if I can find day one in here, which was about 2 years ago. And down here is when I start seeing the quality really deteriorate in my eyes.
Oh no. It's a different chapter of your work, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And imagine how much learning you did through this process and how much more confident you are now with your skills and your tools and all of that than you were at this time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Yeah, like it's definitely if I can recommend doing it to anybody, I'd recommend doing it because it's something about like I said, completing the whole process every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's different than like I wish I could do it with music too. I'm like the opposite with music. I'll spend like 60 hours on one one song.
Yeah.
But with art, it was a lot easier for me to do in one day.
Yeah, no, I don't do music, but I could see how that would be just with how I work with my own art.
Yeah. So yeah, I got Instagram. Come check me out on Super Rare, parrot_ism. I might have one thing left for sale on Rareable. I'm kind of moving out of the platform for now. I got one of these guys right here left for sale, but that's all on Rareable.
Okay.
I do have a Maker's Place, which I've been pretty hush hush about right now.
Okay.
Don't steal my login information, everybody. where I got some of my 3D work. Some of it's published, some of it's not for sale right now. These ones are not for sale yet. These ones are for sale. Um,
Cool. I
I've
didn't even
just
know you had a maker's place.
I've just been kind of camping on it, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
someone finds it and wants to buy art for sure, but I haven't really been promoting it, and I'm still trying to figure out like the best way. I don't know a whole lot about Maker's Place. Like Super Rare, I'm on there every day, like interacting with, like I know the people who run Super Rare and like all
Right.
that stuff. And Maker's Place, I just don't know that much about yet, but it seems like a cool spot. I see a lot of awesome artists there.
For sure.
Um, Come check me out here too if you wish.
Sweet. I love it. Yeah, a little bit on everything, which is kind of nice that people can, collect your work where they collect some of their other work.
Yeah,
This was awesome. Thank you so much for taking us through sort of just your work, your music, and like just your passions and what you've been working on, and kind of just how where you are now. I think it was really awesome to just see sort of behind the scenes. um, I'm also kind of happy that the meaning that I thought that I got from my piece that I own was the same meaning that you got from it. I'm like,
nice.
hell yeah, I feel like I got like a question on a test right or something. I was like, sweet. But yeah, no, I really am a big fan of your work, and I think it's really cool just to hear about your journey and about your sort of path, especially being a young artist, and how important art is for you right now, and how, like you said, those stresses of being an artist is a stress you're willing to take versus a stress of doing something that doesn't really fulfill you, which I think is
Yeah,
something
definitely.
that's so important. And like a lot of people don't realize that until a lot later in their lives, and we're super
Right.
lucky to be young and living out our dreams and passions. Like that's not something that's super common, you know?
For sure, yeah. I
So
definitely feel really lucky. My parents were both pretty supportive of me exploring art and music and all that kind of stuff. So
that's
I'm super
amazing.
super thankful to them for being like, you can be an artist if you want to be, versus like
Yeah.
you have to be a lawyer or a doctor, or like,
Right. No,
yeah.
that's amazing. That's amazing that you have that support too. And I definitely want you to have, I don't know, I want you to find different ways within the space and in the community to get more confidence, because you should be confident. Your work is amazing. And I know it's not easy to come by, but I hope that in some small ways that like coming onto this stream or just having people interested in your artwork in this chat, like that should give you some of that validation,
Yeah.
because you're
I've
really, really talented.
Thank you. Yeah, I've definitely been finding a lot more of that lately.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it and it does feel good. Like, it's like one thing constantly like reassuring yourself. You're like, I got
Right,
this,
right.
getting better. But to have like other people appreciate it or spend money on it, or like, even like with this
Retweet
stream, like
it.
you're, yeah, with this stream, like, seeing my name next to Beeple's name on this week's lineup. Congratulations for having Beeple on here, by the way. That's super
Yeah,
huge.
I'm very excited.
So he's the dude who, like, I saw his work before I ever started making art, and I was like,
Yeah,
I want to learn how to do that. And then so I started doing 3D art because of Beeple.
that's
Started doing
amazing.
my everyday series because I was like, Beeple's been doing this for 13 years, and he's had a
Yeah,
kid, and he still did art that day when he had his like daughter. Like,
right.
I have no excuse. I can do it too.
That's really cool. I'm excited to tell him that little story when I have the stream with him. Um, but that's epic. That's a really,
I'll,
really cool. What'd you say?
I said I'll be there in the chat for sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely you'll have to pop in. But that's amazing. If you are, do you want to unshare a screen so we can sign off here
Mm,
and like say sorry? I don't know if people can see our faces when we're like
got
little in the corner, but
a Google in the corner. Yeah.
yeah, but that was such. I appreciate you just going through all that, and I mean, it's really like art and music and everything is just so personal to you or to the person who's creating it. So
Yeah.
thank you for sort of giving us behind the scenes, and I hope to see a piece about your 6 cats soon. We'll see if it'll happen. That'd be pretty
Yeah,
epic.
that's pretty good.
Um,
My girlfriend would like be super hyped on that too.
yeah, you can even print it out and frame it later. You can even put the little, you said you have a Pomeranian or a Yorkie. You can put the
Yorkie,
Yorkie
yeah.
somewhere in there, all 7 of your
Perfect.
pets.
Oh my
Um,
god.
that would be really funny. The cats went from being inside of a wall to like a picture hanging on the wall. Full circle there,
Cycle's
right?
complete.
Yeah. But yes, no, thank you so much for coming on. This was awesome. I'm really happy just to get to know you a bit, especially because I've collected some of your
Yeah.
work and now I like have that personal connection with it.
Yeah.
So I
It's
just
really nice
appreciate it.
getting to know you too. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on. I feel it's super cool that you asked me to be on here. I'm super grateful for it.
Yeah, of course, of course. That's awesome. Well, I will just so everyone knows what's coming up. Um, we just did Parrot Stream. We have Giant Swan coming up, Beeple, Micah Johnson, which we're actually going to be streaming while his auction is about to close. And it's a really cool auction and piece. So that'll be a really fun one. Mattia, um, Fabian, Papa Bear, Talk Sam. So we have a ton of cool stuff coming up.
So cool.
And it's crazy that it's about to be the end of 2020, but I actually think that's a good thing. I'm kind of done with 2020. So it'll be a fun way to close out the year with all of these epic guests.
Yeah,
So thank you so much, and I really appreciate you coming on. And we'll see you around, and everyone knows where to find
yeah,
you.
for
So
sure.
yeah, we'll see you soon.
Oh yeah, my Twitter is at it's parrot Parrott.
Perfect. All right. Well, you guys follow there, and then I'll also upload this to YouTube if you missed part of it, or um, anyone needs to rewatch the full thing again. So we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks everybody.